What's up guys, it's Sean right here today. From the title just now you can see that today we are going to talk about 7 signs that you are a genius. So before we start this video, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel right here, and also please do share this video to your friends and family as well, so find out that who knows, they might be a genius too. So without further ado, let's go right ahead into the video. So sign number 1 is that you ask a lot of questions, and I literally mean a lots and lots of questions. It might be smart question or even crazy questions, but it doesn't matter because a brilliant mind are dedicated themselves to learning. They have a lots and lots of questions in their mind that they just want answers for it. That's why they answers a lot of questions. For example, you can see the genius of all time. You can see Albert Einstein. In his young age, he does a lot of crazy experiments which results in a terrible result, and also he asks a lot of questions that doesn't even make sense into people's mind at the time. But the thing is, he turns out to be the genius of all time because all the questions that he asks maybe does not make sense to people at the time, but then he is piecing out puzzles and puzzles together. So a brilliant mind maybe ask some stupid questions, but sometimes they just want to piece the puzzle together to understand a whole bigger picture. So if you are a people like this, or if you have a signs like this, it might show a strong sign that you right there are a genius. So sign number 2 that you might be a genius is that you talk to yourself. Yes, I know some people think that this might be crazy to talk to yourself, and even be a right person to become a genius. Crazy and stupid are two different people. Sometimes you might just think that person is crazy because you don't understand what is in his mind. Just like that, we have a lot of leaders right there that we ourselves think that they are crazy, but actually we just don't know what are they thinking about. You are not in their shoes to judge people that are crazy because you don't understand what are they feeling. They might have some problems that you might not even encounter this in your life. So the person who talks a lot to himself, they might actually involved in active thinking. But there are some people also as well that I have to admit that is crazy. You can see that by his way of acting. So the person who talks to himself a lot, it might show the sign that he is a genius right there. So if you have it, please click the like button down below to show that you are a genius. Sign number 3 is that you like to read a lot. For example, the books like journals, non-fictions, and also history to learn more about the past lessons. It goes to show that you have a mind that really active in learning. So the person who reads books a lot, they actually knows a lot of better stuff, and maybe they could learn previous lessons that other people did, so that they won't do it in the future time. And this right here is a genius. And for those people who are just like reading comic books and also reading other books, don't worry, you might still be a genius, but in different areas. For example, in storytelling, or also in cartoons, maybe you have the creativity to create your own cartoon. So if you are the person who likes to read a lot, then congratulations, you might be a genius. Sign number 4 is that you're constantly challenging yourself. A true genius will never be content in what he have. Like for example, is exam results. They wouldn't be content in just simply getting a pass, C, or even B. If like, for example, if they get a no good result for them, like for example just a B, they will work harder and harder, and until they work their ass off just to get an A, for example, in their next exam. And a person like this as well, you can see them always on their mind games, analytical games, and also their board games. This could help them to enhance their brain power to think like to think the other way around on how to tackle things. And this person might sound really ungrateful with what he has, but for in this case, I think that it might be a gift, because it goes to shows that he is a genius right there. Sign number 5 that you're a genius is that you're a little scatterbrain. If you don't know what scatterbrain is, then let me tell you. Scatterbrain is a person who is really forgetful, disorganized, and also can't concentrate clearly. They can't concentrate clearly in what they think. For example, like me, I'm a person that is really forgetful. For example, like what I've just learned just now, or what have people told me a few days ago, I would have just simply forget it. And also, I'm the person who has a really bad handwriting. I always get scolded by my teachers, and also being told by my friends. So if you're like a person like this, you might show a strong sign that you might be a genius right there. Now, I'm not complimenting myself for whatsoever. This is just a study fact that is shown. So if you have a sign like this, you can consider yourself a genius. Sign number 6 that shows that you're a genius is that you might struggle a little with addiction. Yes, for example, if you like struggle in alcohol usage and also drug abuse, and yes, you might be a genius. Why do I say this? Because there's a study shows that addiction and genius might show some correlation. Now, I'm not saying that all addicts are genius and also all geniuses are addicts. There might be some people who are just addicts, like some genius who are just addicts, but for most people they are not. But if you have some tiny little addiction towards drugs or even alcohol or gaming or whatsoever, you might show some sign that you might be a genius. Although this might be not a good sign, but yes, it shows some correlations. So if you have this, then you might consider yourself a genius. Sign number 7, and also the last sign that shows that you might be a genius, is that you tend to worry too much. For example, if you're like the person that just worries about what if they don't like me, and also what if I did this and the person wouldn't agree with me, what if the person wouldn't like my tone or my pronunciation, for example. If you're a person like this, that shows that you have a strong sign that you're a genius, because these are the thinking or the subject that other people or normal people wouldn't touch. They just go over it. But for you, you might take this thing seriously. So if you have this sign, it shows that you might be a genius. That is it for this video. Do you have a bunch of this sign? If you have, it goes to show that you belong in a genius family. And if you like this video or if you enjoy this video, do click the thumbs up button and also smash the subscribe button down below, and also comment down below on what video you'd like to see next. I post every single week, and make sure to turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.